And if it's getting really crowded in here, it's because the massive head, the massive ego of the feature presentation, Jeff Lewis, has just made his way to ringside. And Jeff Lewis obviously feeling quite like he has made quite an accomplishment, as Jeff Lewis is now meeting up for the first time with the man that he put in the crowd, Jacey North. Jacey North making that a bit of a fashion statement with the I Hate Jeff Lewis shirt. So we'll have to talk to the fashion committee of NWA Wildside to see if we can put some of these I Hate Jeff Lewis shirts on the merchandise stands. Comes in 4 sizes, 100% cotton, pre-shrunk. And Danny Demanto getting the acclaim of the South Atlanta boys, our dedicated South Atlanta fans who make quite a trek every week to join us here at the NWA Arena, as do folks literally all over the Southeast. We're so happy to have them here. It's Demanto Mania. It's running wild, at least in 2 small sections of the NWA Arena.
Let me tell you something, brother. When all the Demanto Maniacs come running wild, what you gonna do?
Yeah,
when
both
Demanto Mania runs wild on you, Jeff Lewis, tonight. With a feature presentation here. This cocky bastard, the only way I can sum him up, fans, Jeff Lewis, his attitude is taking a turn south, and that's not a good turn. Jeff Lewis has quickly become the most conceited and self-absorbed individual quite possibly in Wildside history, and that's covering a hell of a lot of ground. Steve.
It certainly is. There's a lot of self-centered cretins who have made their way down the aisle of the NWA Arena. And Jeff Lewis, in some respects, might be among the most offensive of the bunch. And Lewis with an attempt at a hip toss, and Danny Demanto shows him how it's done. A big arm drag, and Jeff Lewis is being bouncing around like a rubber ball.
Danny Demanto with a little bit of ups for a big man there.
Yeah, I didn't expect that out of Danny Demanto. Demanto is not going to wait for Lewis to make his way back into the ring. He's making chase in a feature presentation.
It's a nice display of agility there by Demanto, but however, he was outsmarted by Jeff Lewis. Lewis made him chase him around the ring. As soon as he came in under the bottom rope, Lewis capitalized. Lewis goes for a sunset flip. Demanto delivering a senton and a biggin.
Yeah, Demanto had no small potatoes, which I believe is part of the diet. But regardless, they can't deny the offensive flurry is making its mark onto the feature presentation. And Jeff Lewis is more than a little distracted with Jacey North in the stands. Oh, my goodness. And Demanto goes charging, unfortunately, shoulder first into the iron post.
Well, this big boy from New York City, unheard of, but making his Wildside debut tonight. He was letting Lewis have it there for a moment. But the feature presentation out of the way of the shoulder tackle, reversing the momentum, and now Lewis applying pressure to that injured shoulder.
On Lewis jawing with Jacey North in the front row. How does North get such great seats? He must have connections. And I guess the first victim of that, the new attitude of Jeff Lewis, apparently was Jacey North, who lost that matchup and due to stipulations can no longer compete in NWA Wildside, and in fact has to buy a ticket and sit with the crowd.
It just shows you how much North loves this. He could have retired from everything in wrestling. He could have just left. Yeah, the contract said that he had to sit in the crowd, but Demanto here in the ring connects on Jeff Lewis.
Very ineffective offensive maneuver from Demanto. And we didn't expect that, and quite obviously, neither did Lewis. And Demanto, he is firing up. He's Demantoing up to keep that motif rolling.
This Demanto, he's actually pretty good here. It's our first time seeing him, but he's really showing something. And he's got Lewis and takes him down with a big slam.
And the feature presentation doesn't look quite feature-like at the moment.
Danny Demanto flattens Jeff Lewis.
Quite obviously, Jeff Lewis severely underestimated Danny Demanto. And now Demanto perhaps making a bit of a rookie error here, taking his sweet time and making it up to the top turnbuckle. And a man of his size and girth, frankly, should not be doing that, and that's why.
Jeff Lewis quickly picked apart that offensive attack. And now he's got him up 3/4 Nelson rolled through and a handful of tights.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match, the feature presentation, Jeff Lewis.
Did Jeff Lewis really need to grab a handful of tights? Despite that, Danny Demanto did not really expect that kind of a offense from this relatively unknown here as our cracked security staff,
Okay,
making sure that Jacey North stays at bay.
All right, you want Jacey, okay.
The crowd wanting Jacey North.
Yeah, pick that little kid up, because that's the only seat you're going to be having in the house, buddy. Hey, rednecks, quiet down for just a second. The feature presentation is talking. You know, I'm very happy to see you here, JC. I'm very... Like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I'm very happy to see you here tonight. Now, as buying a ticket to this show tonight, with me being in here, having this in my hand, I can pretty much say whatever the hell I want to say, and there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Now, with everything that's gone on throughout this entire time, through the holiday season and New Year's, I hope you enjoyed your Christmas, JC. Jeff Lewis sure did. Now, your Christmas present that I gave to you was your pig slip. I hope you liked it. Your New Year's Eve gift was a guest pass here for Christmas Chaos. Sorry I wasn't able to make it. But you know what? I was thinking the other day, you know what? I need somebody to tote my bags here to the NWA arena. So, with that in mind, hey!
Oh dear!
Security!
Jacey North is cracking!
Security! Get him!
Jacey North crossing the rail.
Tote my bags, bitch! Come on!
Jacey North crossing the line as well. Come on, JC.
He cannot do it, Steve.
Officially, Jacey North is not a Wildside competitor. He is truly one of many fans here at the NWA arena. You can't hop the railing. I understand your frustration, JC, but you can't let the feature presentation get to you. And tonight, North did that, in fact.